Hi, this is going to be a tutorial on how to replace sensors on your Sentinel unit. So the first thing you want to do is you want to confirm which one of the sensors you need to replace. A sensor fault will cause a yellow flashing light on your Sentinel, but that's not going to tell you which one you need to replace. You're going to need to use the Sentinel app on your phone, and you're going to pair with the device, as you know how to do, and then you're going to review in the menus which sensor fault you're looking for. It's either going to be the coil sensor or the activity sensor. Once you have that information, you're going to request the parts you need. A coil sensor or an activity sensor will come with a piece of heat shrink. And what you're going to do is you're going to power down the Sentinel, and then your knee-jerk reaction is going to be to pull out your trusty pocket knife and try and peel off the heat shrink that way. There isn't a really good way to hold this in doing that, and it's not considered the safest practice for doing this. It also will make it difficult for us if you're returning the component for an RMA to determine the root cause of any failures. So what we recommend you do is you take your smallest needle nose pliers, okay? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna start at the back of the unit, and you're gonna work your way underneath the heat shrink. The heat shrink will come off of the connectors, and you're going to work your way underneath it and grab a chunk of the heat shrink. And you're going to twist your needle nose pliers and roll it away from the Sentinel. It does take a little bit to get it started, but once you get underneath there, it's not much of an issue to get the heat shrink off. And then once I've got it started, you can grab a big chunk of it with your needle nose pliers, and then you begin to roll it down, and the heat shrink will come right off. So now we've got the heat shrink completely off the sensor. So what you're going to do is you're going to loosen up the connector all the way, pull the connector off, put the faulty sensor away. Now, these are keyed connectors. You want to make sure that you've got them pointed in the right direction. You can see that there's a little keyway there that matches on the Sentinel. You want to make sure that you get them aligned correctly. Press in firmly, tighten, finger tight. And there's an O-ring in here. This is the moisture barrier for your sensor. So you want to make sure that you push the sensor in and then try and tighten it even more. You want to make sure that that's good and snug. Then you're going to take the heat shrink, slide it over the connector, and heat shrink it with your available heat source, and you're good to go. You're going to power the unit back up, and everything will work just fine.